the chances are, if you came across one of these, you'd be careful how you handled it, if you did at all. Male stag beetles are renowned for their bite, which looks pretty ferocious, and scientists reckon they've just discovered why it is so powerful. And here to explain all, our science reporter, Victoria Gill. Hello.
Hello.
Why?
So the researchers wanted to look at just how powerful the bite of a stag beetle was. And one of the things that they did was stage these little battles, because what you see here, it happens very quickly. It's like a wrestling match with these incredible jaws. The winning beetle will pick up the losing beetle and throw it down onto its back. So the loser, it's like the kind of classic thing of a beetle on its back not able to get up. So the winner can go off and have a harem of females to choose from. So that's the idea. They're fighting for females and territory.
Right, OK. And I mean, in relation to its size, is it very powerful, that jaw?
Well, that's the mechanically surprising thing, and that's the question that these researchers were asking, because although they look very ferocious, actually those very, very long jaws or mandibles shouldn't be able to produce very long, very big forces. So you can kind of recreate this with your own body, really, to see how inefficient long levers are. If you hold your arms out in front of you and try to press your hands together very hard, it's really difficult to produce a lot of force, whereas if you hold them very close, most of the power is coming from your body, from the muscles in your body, rather than the smaller muscles down your arms. It's much easier to produce that pressure, that force. So that's what they were trying to solve. The idea of...
So how the physics of this, how is it possible?
Exactly, the mechanics of this. How is it possible for them to produce the forces that they need to lift each other up and throw each other down in these incredible wrestling matches?
And what's the answer?
The evolution has done incredible things to these beetles' anatomy. It's completely remodeled their heads. So as well as staging these battles, they also took basic measurements from their anatomy and also scanned the inside of their heads. And what they found is that the beetles' heads, the male beetles, their heads are much wider than the females, which means they have long input levers, so levers inside their heads that are hinged to their jaws. And also that the inside of their head is just full, it's packed full of muscle that just produces these big forces in these jaws.
Right. My next question is, so what?
Well, in actual fact, there isn't an obvious use for this result.
So you've just taken up 4 minutes of my programme to say there's no, so what?
It's a remarkable finding in terms of evolutionary biology. So these are evolutionary biologists at the University of Antwerp that just wanted to look at how evolution has remodeled this creature in such a bizarre way. It's a really extreme example of what we call sexual selection. So actually, these beetles aren't using their jaws to eat. They're using them purely to show off, win females and win these wrestling matches.
And is that sort of like, a deer has antlers and you kind of, and you see male stags sort of, fighting each other. And again, it's for a very similar purpose, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's why you see bright colours in the avian world as well. And it's all to do with showing off, with showing your sort of your prowess and your health and your stature. And it just seems that evolution has managed to remodel these insects' heads so that these incredible jaws are still a useful weapon as well.
Victoria, can I just have a bit of a squabble with you?
OK.
You came on the other day and we talked about flies.
Yes.
Yeah? And then you said, on Twitter, I'll be nattering with John Soapy. This isn't nattering. This is science. This is in-depth.
True. I apologise for my terminology.
I got home and I looked at the tweet in which you'd mentioned me. I've been nattering with John Soapy.
It's always so friendly. It's just...
God, Lord, honestly, I can't believe that you said that.
I'm sorry.
It was fabulous. No, that was really interesting, and thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
And there may not be a so what answer to it, but it was jolly interesting all the same. Victoria Gill, thank you.